In today's video, we are going to talk specifically about Medicare supplements. So if you're thinking about Medicare supplements or you already have a Medicare supplement, this video is for you. Okay, first thing we need to do is a quick review of Original Medicare. When it comes to Original Medicare, Part A is going to be hospital. That's your inpatient coverage. So if you ever stay overnight at a hospital, that's where Part A kicks in. And when it comes to Part A, that's going to typically be zero premium. You will pay nothing for it as long as you work 10 years or 40 quarters or had a spouse that worked 10 years or 40 quarters. Part B now, that is going to be your outpatient doctor coverage. So if you go see a family doctor, or if you have a checkup, or if you have an outpatient surgery, that's where Part B kicks in. And when it comes to Part B, there is going to be a $283 deductible per calendar year, and you're going to have a co-insurance of 20% with no limit. So if you take simple math here and you had a $100,000 Part B bill, well, you're responsible for 20% of that, or $20,000 with no limit throughout the entire year. You also have Part B excess charges. So let's talk about Medicare supplements and how those Medicare supplements right here in the middle can cover up those major exposures. And here are the Medicare supplements that you can choose from. And as we go over this, I want to make it super simple. You got this big complicated graph here. When it comes to Medicare supplements, there's really only 3 Medicare supplements that we want to focus in on and that I really see people choose in today's market. The Plan F, the Plan G, and the Plan N are going to be the 3 most popular plans that we see. And if you have the Plan F, that means that you were on Medicare prior to January 1st of 2020. If you join Medicare after January 1st of 2020, the Plan F is no longer available to you. And we are going to focus, because of that, on Plan G and Plan N. When it comes to Plan G, that is the most comprehensive Medicare supplement available in today's market. And it's super simple. When it comes to the Plan G is going to cover 100% of Medicare approved expenses for doctor and hospital, with the exception of the Part B deductible. And that Part B deductible is $283 per year. So after you satisfy your annual deductible of $283 per year, your Medicare approved A and B expenses are taken care of by your Plan G. When it comes to Plan N, it's almost the same exact plan. You still have that Part B deductible of $283, and you have your Part B excess charges as well that we'll go over here in a little more in depth in just a minute or so. Now, the one thing I really want to make sure you're aware of, no matter what you choose, whether it's the Plan F, the Plan G, or the Plan N, you still have major exposure for skilled nursing coverage, assisted living, or facility care. And this is one of the biggest misconceptions of Medicare, is that Medicare covers everything. Even with the supplement, what I really want to focus on here is after day 100, you are responsible for all costs when it comes to skilled care, nursing home care, and assisted living. Medicare supplements, the most coverage you're going to have. And I'll go ahead and say with Medicare, the most coverage you're going to have is up to 100 days. Medicare is going to cover days 1 through 20, and you have to check a couple boxes. You have to have a 3-day hospital stay. You have to be improving. And then your Medicare supplement, as long as you check those boxes, is going to cover days 21 through 100. But again, after that, after day 100, you're on your own. So the only way to cover up those skilled nursing exposures is to have a private plan in place or self-pay. And it's extremely important we talk about that during your consultations. Now, the average cost for a Medicare supplement. Everybody says, Chase, what is the average cost for a Medicare Plan G? And I always say, you tell me your zip code, I'll tell you the cost, but I can give you an average in today's video. And that average is typically $100 to $200 per month, depending on that zip code. So if you send us your zip code, we'll get you a 100% accurate quote on that. Now, again, I want to really compare the Plan G and the Plan N side by side here. The Plan G, like I said, is $100 to $200 a month. The Plan N is going to be roughly about $20, maybe $30 cheaper, depending on your zip code again. And when it comes to that Plan G, you're going to pay that Medicare deductible of $283 per year. And when it comes to the Plan N, you're going to have that same deductible. Now, those excess charges, let's go a little deeper on that. The excess charges, you could have a copay for a doctor visit of up to $20 and a copay for an ER visit of $50 if you're not admitted. Then lastly, you have that Part B excess charge. That would be a 15% excess charge if your doctor charges over the Medicare approved amount. So when you think about that and you really break it down, it's actually a very minimal number, and we do not see it. Rarely ever do we see an excess charge being charged. So we are 100% confident in recommending the Plan G or the Plan N. The nice part about the Plan N, it's going to save you $20, $30 a month, and you can really stick it towards umbrella coverage or really covering some of those additional critical illness gaps. Last things I want to touch on here when it comes to Medicare supplements, the best time to enroll in these plans. Well, if you're turning 65, you need to be thinking about this stuff at least 6 months, maybe 12 months prior to turning 65. If you're already on Medicare and you're watching this video and you have a Medicare supplement, it is imperative that you book a one-on-one consultation, because what happens with these Medicare supplements is you get rate increases each and every year. And what I always tell people is Medicare supplements are federally standardized. What does that mean? Is that every Plan G, every Plan F, every Plan N is exactly the same no matter what company you choose. And 9 times out of 10, we find that you are overpaying for that Medicare supplement. You're paying too much, and we can find you the exact same coverage at a lower price. And there is absolutely no reason to pay more than you need to for Medicare supplement insurance. So if you haven't reviewed your Medicare supplement plan within the last year or two, you need to book that call. I'm almost positive we can find you a better price. And here's a list of a lot of the different companies we represent. We represent over 25 different companies, and we work for you and not the insurance carrier. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Hope you learned a lot about Medicare supplements. Remember, these plans are federally standardized, meaning that all companies have to offer the exact same coverage. The only thing different is the price. Make sure you're not overpaying for that price. Also below, you're gonna find some links. We have our copy of 64 Plus, a #1 bestseller that was featured on the NASDAQ billboard. You can also book a one-on-one call. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below.